What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive J. Guys, we had a big night last night. I don't know if you guys saw it. I but
I don't saw it. I was there.
You were there.
I was doing the game in the radio, Spanish radio, with Rafa. You know, the guy Big Christmas. But yesterday, he got to yell a lot. He was excited, finishing up the game. But we're going to talk about it because we have a surprise for you guys. But the biggest thing was, well, first of all, hey, how you doing, Positive J? You doing good, brother?
I'm doing great. I just know we're getting closer and closer to the return of something that we'll hit on in a little bit. But, yeah, I'm doing great.
Yeah, we're having fun, man. Last night, Tyler Bybee pitched a great game, 7 innings. We need it. We need it from him. He keep us in the game, just one run, one homer that they hit to him. But what I like about him, and I talked to him about it, this is the first time that I've been watching. Maybe he did it, maybe in other games. His stuff was, wow, very special. That was a kind of stuff like Cody Cooper and Bieber. When Bieber was on, he was untouchable. He was like that. And I had the opportunity to talk to him. Let's watch the video.
Hi, everybody, Cleveland. We have here the winners for today. Tanner, baby, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Tanner, you did a great job today. I'm going to tell you something. This was the best outing you ever have with this uniform on. The ball was moving unbelievable. The sinker, the slider. You have it today?
Yeah, I feel like whenever I'm filling up the zone a lot with all my pitches and I'm getting ahead early and often, I think it's usually a pretty good recipe for success.
Wow, you was 14-7. Every time our team are losing, you always come back to big win. Do you feel responsible? You are our number one here. You feel responsible, to get a good outing for our team?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like no matter what, whether we win or lose the previous game, I feel like I want to go out there and whether it's either continue the winning streak that we're on or kind of rebound us back into the winning column. I feel like I try to go out there with kind of the same fire and try to do that every single game.
Today was Cody Kluber was here today, and I put you in that kind of category of that kind of pitcher, like Bieber and Kluber. To have him here, how important it is for you?
I feel like it's awesome because he's obviously one of the more legendary pitchers in Cleveland history, and be able to kind of pick his brain for whenever he's here. Good. And him give you pointers and him give you all that, and to do that with him in attendance, it's awesome. I hope he comes around more often.
Good. This is for Carlos Baerga show that we do every Wednesday. God bless you. All the best for you.
You see, guys, this guy's home, man, and I hope that we can keep going. We playing good at home. I know that we beat the Yankees. People don't forget about it.
Beat the Yankees twice.
Yeah, twice. And then we beat Boston on the first game. And the last 2 games, I think our pitching staff got kind of tired a little bit. You remember, we coming from a big road trip, and we got here, and we play against 2 tough teams that we know that maybe one of those teams we're going to face in the playoffs because we're going there. Gabby, you going?
Yeah. Well, my bags have been packed since before the season started. I'm going to the playoffs.
Tell me what you like about the game yesterday. I know you like the game was so late.
Oh, I'm proud of you for being there that late. They had you there till almost 1 in the morning. There's one thing though about Tanner Bybee that really stood out to me yesterday, and I don't think anyone's really mentioning it. I haven't seen people online really saying it. You know how many walks he had yesterday?
No.
0. Didn't walk a batter.
Hey, that's true.
Did not walk a batter, and that is where our struggles have been.
Gabby, I'm impressed with you, man. I'm impressed. This girl knows about football, basketball, man. And now she's going to be on the Kentucky Derby.
Be
ready, people. She's
going to
be there.
She's full of knowledge. She's a good luck charm. What isn't Gab? Come on.
I know, but also this last night, though, was the first time ever at a game that I wasn't in attendance where Kyle Manzardo, guess what he did?
He went deep.
He
My
hit a home
brother
run.
hit a homer and got 2 hits. He was kind of struggling for the last 2 games, but then he got it back. He said the first at bat, when he got that walk, he feels something different. He was watching the ball. He got a base hit the first at bat, and then to finish it up, guys, a homer in the ninth, walk up. You know what? In April 29 history, Cleveland had 3 big guys. Are you ready for this, brother? Positive J.
I'm ready.
Doug Frobel in 1987, Kenny Lofton in 1994, Carlos Santana in 2011 was the last guy to hit homer on April 29. The last one, Carlos Santana, was a grand slam too. So it was a special. And last night, we really needed Kyle Manzardo hit a homer for us. Oh my God, that was very special. But and I have the opportunity. And you know what I did? I was gonna do my show that I do, and I said, no, my show has to be, my people have to wait. I had to go down to talk to him. Let's see the video.
Hi everybody from the Cleveland's Guardian Radio. We have here the winner, the man, the MVP for the game today, Kyle Manzardo. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good.
Happy to win that game.
Happy to get back in the win column. Now it's bedtime now.
It was a long day today to be at the
was.
ballpark, but to get a win, that was a big for us in there. What you were looking for in that pitch?
Just looking for something over the plate, trying to drive the fastball to center field, and if he left me an off-speed pitch up, trying to drive it to right.
Well, you say in big play, if you made the All-Star game that I had to grow a monster, I think I'm gonna start growing it because you're doing really good, and we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the day. Let's get another one tomorrow.
Sounds good.
God bless.
Yeah, that all-star mustache is about to be here.
Oh my God! Now I'm thinking about it. What I gonna do? I don't want to go back in there, but if I have to do it,
I mean, you might have
for
to.
him, I have to do it. He used number 9. When
It's
somebody
meant to
used
be.
number 9, I said to him last year, I said, "Hey, that's a big number, brother. If you're using that number, you better show it up." And positive, yeah, he did it. He's been doing it. He's leading the
been
team
doing
in
it.
homers. He's leading, he's doing a great job. Hitting behind our man Jose Ramirez. We doing a good job today.
Hey, we all heard the song "Return of the Mac." It's
Yeah.
"Return of the Mustache"
Return of
now.
the mustache. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough of Kyle Manzardo mustache before he thinks we're a little bit crazy talking about it.
Let me say something to the fans. This is the number 149 walk-off in the Cleveland Indians on Guardians history. So I want you guys to know that.
149. Who's going to be 150?
Well, I hope.
Jose Ramirez?
Huh?
Jose Ramirez?
I want Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, that'd be
I think
good.
we need it. We need something like that, and maybe Carlos Santana, the guy that came back to our team. We need to get our guys going, and you're gonna be there with us. So make sure that you go to the ballpark today.
Yeah, get a ballpark pass if you need to.
Yes.
Yeah. But guys, we'll be back after a quick break, and when we do, we'll have a very special guest and some more Cleveland Guardians headlines. Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Carlos, once again, I say it every single week, you are the most popular man that I've ever met.
I'm blessed. I have the opportunity to play with great teammates, and this guy was one of my great teammates. Today, I might say couple secrets that we had together. But this guy and myself, we had so much fun together. But the most fun that I have is watching pitch. Since he came up, with us, he was one of the best pitchers that we have and competitor. He always challenge people, stuff like that, and I love that. And I love that to happen. And we made two All-Star games together. We fly. You remember? I know he's gonna remember the one that we went to Texas. That was very hot in there. But we have Charles Nagy with us today, guys. Oh, what an honor! How you doing, Charles?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. It's great seeing you.
What an honor, man. This guy wins 129 games with the Cleveland Guardians and, 3 All-Star games. Charles, I always say pitching is an art. And when you play in this game, you know that you're going to have good times and bad times. But who teach you how to pitch? Or did you always was a pitcher? You always was a pitcher, or you play any other positions?
I played other positions growing up, high school shortstop, and then college a little bit. I hit a little bit, but then just became a pitcher, learned a lot. Summertime, I was on a team in '88 with Skip Bertman, the head coach at LSU. He taught me a lot about pitching and using my pitches. And then in the organization, my first year there, had a really great pitching coach, Will George, where we would just sit around after games and just talk about baseball. So I learned not only about pitching, but also just about baseball and how things ran.
Wow.
Yeah, so pitching for the 90s Indians, what was that like to have that kind of lineup behind you every time you went out there, knowing that at any point in this game, they can score runs for you?
It was very comforting to know that you could, like Carlos says, you're not always going to be on top of your game every day. But yeah, we were told just, hey, let them hit the ball. These guys can field it. Carlos, Omar, Travis Fryman, Matty Williams, let them go get it. Kenny in center field, and then get them back in here as fast as you can so that they can hit.
What was Carlos like as a teammate, and what did he mean to you as a teammate?
Carlos was a great teammate. He's just a ball of energy, kind of like you talked about. He's always positive. Always came to the field with a smile on his face, ready to go. Always worked hard. And his talents just spoke for itself. I mean, switch hitter both sides of the plate, 200 hits every year, home runs, power. Played a great second base. Like I said, I was a ground ball pitcher, so I just wanted him to hit the ball to Carlos or Felix Fermin or when Omar came over at the time. And it made my job a lot easier. He always had a kind word, or even if I was scuffling, would always come up and just, on the mound and just, have encouraging words. And it was always nice to know that he was there.
Well, Nagy, I always said to everybody, pitching is the art. You was a guy that have a great sinker, great slider, great changeup, but you always challenge people. You believe in your fastball, you believe in your sinker, what kind of mentality you have, how you prepare yourself, the day before or maybe the day before, early in the morning to pitch in a game.
Well, everybody has routines. I like to kind of sleep in the day I pitched. You get to the park at a certain time. Just try and lay low, just be as calm as possible. And then the closer game time comes up, you start ramping things up until you have to go out there, and then you start playing long toss and get on the mound. You have meetings with the catcher and the pitching coach about their hitters and how you want to attack certain guys on that day. And then you just, you hope all the work that you put in the days prior from your last start to this start paid off, and you just go out and you just try and execute after that.
Continuing on with like the preparation that you do before you're pitching, is there any hitters that you prepped for even more? Any hitters that you thought, this guy like really annoys me when he comes to the plate, so I need to be extra prepared for that?
Well, I was reminded a few times that a few guys came off the disabled list because I was pitching on certain days to face me. But there's always tough guys in every lineup, guys that I've faced a lot. I was fortunate enough to pitch for a long time, so I faced guys quite often. And we would just try and remember how we got them out in the times prior. Maybe somebody had a different way of approaching a certain hitter or something like that. But I was also lucky to have, the likes of like a Mark Clark. We had a lot of righties on our staff. We didn't really have too many lefties, and we all kind of pitched very similarly. So we got to see the lineups on an everyday basis between Dennis, Oral, myself, Chad OJ, Mark Clark, the list is long of the right-handers that we rolled out there. So was very familiar with a lot of hitters. It was just certain situations that you didn't want to see, like Frank Thomas coming up with the bases loaded and no outs in the first inning. Those things aren't the most fun time.
With the recent long rain delay that we just had, I was wondering, what would you guys do to pass time during these long rain delays?
Guys would just come in and lie down, just kind of rest, dry off, take showers. Some guys would just stay busy, whether it's like playing cards or chess or something like that, or watch TV, a movie. Some guys would do their mail. Everybody has a lot of mail, so they would do some of that just to pass time. But just, always with one eye open or one ear open, just ready to hear, a game time or what's going on outside.
Nagy, you made 3 All-Star games. You can tell me one of the All-Star games that you're never gonna forget about? How special it was. Maybe did you bring your family, you bring your father, or anything like that? Can you tell us something about the All-Star game?
My first one was great. I got to go with you guys, you and Sandy. Yes. I think there was a couple other ones. Maybe Albert was there. I'm not sure, or Kenny. It was in San Diego.
San Diego.
First one, and just walking in that room, and there's the likes of Kirby Puckett, Cal Ripken, just guys that I idolized growing up. Had never been to one before, so it was just walking around like a big fan. wondering if it would be okay if I got autographs from certain people or how things went. And then just, not knowing if I was going to pitch or what was going to happen. And then just so happened that everything went well. We had a really good all-star game, and I got to hit.
You got it, basically. You are one of those pitchers that got hits in the All-Star game.
I
think you're the last one. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think you are the last one.
He's the only pitcher to get a hit as the DH in the DH era.
That kind of talent this guy has.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I'm telling
That's
you.
incredible.
He was the utility guy for. You was the utility guy for us in our team. This guy can play outfield. This guy can play shortstop. That guy can hit.
You were doing it all.
And the first base runner that we have, it was Charles Nagy. My Agro always put in there. This guy was an athlete, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah,
that's incredible. Since you've pitched in this league, there's been some rule changes to the game. There's been some different things like the pitch clock. How would you have done with the pitch clock? Do you think that would affect your game at all? And what are your thoughts on eventually like adding the ABS system? Would you enjoy that? Or even like robo-umps? What are your thoughts on that?
The pitch clock, I'm all for the pitch clock. I mean, that's the way we were taught to play. You just get on the mound and go. We try to work quick, be efficient. So I feel like that's how we pitched. And that's how I learned how to pitch. It was always fun to try and get out of there as fast as you can. The ABS, or what was the second one?
Yeah, the ABS, the challenging like balls and strikes from the pitcher, catcher, batter. I went to a spring training.
Okay with that. I think it worked well in spring training for the guy. I heard it's been useful or it's worked very well in AAA. As far as the robo umpires, I kind of like the human element of things.
Yes.
So I'm not for that one, but the other two I'm all for that. I like the pitch clock and the ABS if that comes around.
Now, mentioning how you are like this pretty damn good athlete, I saw you played high school football and basketball along with baseball. If you didn't make it in baseball, what sport do you think you could have made it in of the other two? And what positions did you play in those sports?
I really don't want to know. We grew up a football family. My older brother coaches football. He's over at Lehigh now.
Okay.
My younger brother we all played sports, went with the seasons, grew up in Connecticut. I enjoyed playing all three, and it was just one of those ones where, you just play a sport, play as many sports as you can, and you never know, one of the sports might pick you, and baseball kind of picked me.
We'll be right back with some more from Charles Nagy.
Nagy, in 1995, we win 100 games. We lost 44. One of the best record in baseball. You was part of one of the best pitching staff that I ever played with. Charles Nagy, Otto Hershiser, Dennis Martinez, and then our closer was Jose Mesa. You win 16 games that year. 16 games that year, and there was something special. You can tell us about how we was as a player, as a team, teammates, and then, we go into the playoff and World Series. You can talk about a little bit to us.
That was just a magical year. I mean, on the heels of the 94 season with the strike, and how we kind of saw how our team was evolving and we were going to be pretty good. And we were a game and a half at that. And then the strike rolled into 95 a little bit. And you can just tell guys were chomping at the bit, talking to people on the phone. And then once we got the go ahead to go to spring training, it was, everybody was just so excited to get back on the field and start playing again. And then the season started, and it just started with a bang. The fans came out. We started playing well right out of the gates. The stadium was just, the energy that the fans brought, and they were there from morning to night. And, just so many comeback victories that year. And the way you guys just hit, you guys just scored. And everybody who ever came into town, nobody wanted to face you guys. I mean, you talked to the pitchers in the outfield before the game, and a lot of guys were so happy that they were going to miss that turn in the rotation. They weren't really upset about that. But it was just, great to be a part of that. We fed off of you guys. You fed off of us. We all fed off the fans in the city of Cleveland. Everybody had a Chief Wahoo in their front yard or some sort of flag with the Chief Wahoo waving on it. And it was a great time to be in Northern Ohio.
Continuing on with pitching staff talk, we want to talk about the Guardians pitching staff. What has impressed you about the pitching staff that they have right now, and what advice would you give to some of those guys in that staff right now?
Just listen to Carl Willis.
He's the man.
Carl Willis knows all. He's the best.
Yeah.
I love Carl Willis. I got to work under Carl Willis actually when he was in AAA Buffalo. I spent a lot of time my last year and a half in Buffalo with him and Eric Wedge. So I got to know them really well. And Carl's just, beyond his years with wisdom back then, and still is. He knows pitching in and out. He's probably one of the funnier men I've ever met in baseball. Funny. And he just kind of keeps everything light.
He looks serious. He
does look serious. What is he telling jokes? Like, what's he doing?
Oh, he'll just tell stories. He's a storyteller. He's just hysterical. He's great to talk to. He keeps everything very simple. As far as what I'm most impressed about with the Guardians pitching staff is just their depth, I guess, and how they just one guy goes down, another guy fills in, and they don't seem to skip a beat over the last couple of years, and that's happened quite a few times. I mean, injuries with the pitching staff is, it's part of the game, and if you don't have depth or guys that you can rely on to call up and fill those needs, then it's going to be a long season. And the Indians seem to seamlessly just do that year in, year out. It starts with, the front office, the drafting, the development. They teach pitchers how to pitch. They want their guys to pitch innings. That's nice to see, and it's a rarity in the game today.
Now, you guys had an insane run through the 90s. I think you had 15 years with the Indians, almost first place every single year. You got to go to 2 World Series, and unfortunately, you didn't win them, but it was still a hell of a fun run. If I told you can go back in time, you would have 14 years of a last place, but one of those years you're going to win the World Series, or you would have it the way you pretty much ran it with great teams, hell of runs, going to 2 World Series, but you never got the big win at the end. Which way would you take it?
It doesn't, no matter how long you played the game for, it's still disappointing that we weren't able to bring a championship back to Cleveland. So, I mean, that's one of my biggest regrets, that never got to really celebrate with the city of Cleveland and hold up a World Series trophy.
So you would go with the 1 World Series, you think?
And then you can tack on 14 years after that.
Yeah. 14 years. For the record, as growing up watching it all, I wouldn't change a thing. That you guys, I had so much fun watching all you guys play, and every other person in this town. Like, you guys were just awesome. I wish you guys could have won it too, but trust me, we had a blast watching you guys.
We had as much fun playing as you guys did watching.
Very nice. Nagy, you are part of the Cleveland Guardians and Indians Hall of Fame. You can say to us, tell me about that moment, because my moment was unbelievable. I cried when they tell me, that I was going to go to the Hall of Fame there, where Bob Feller, where all the best great players play. And I'm going to say something to the people in Cleveland. Cleveland Guardians had 26 players. They went through the organization in the Hall of Fame, in the MLB Hall of Fame. So we have the best. And Nagy, you are part of those players. Tell me about it. On that day, what happened? What went through your mind in there?
It was very special. Like you said, you just run through the gamut of emotions. My whole family was there. Cleveland, the organization, the fans. It was just so exciting, and I was just so thankful that I was able to play in Cleveland for as long as I did. I mean, everybody asked for a highlight of my career, or what was the most memorable time that you had. Is there a certain game? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, to be honest with you, it's just my entire career, that from 90 to 2002 that I got to spend in Cleveland, wearing a Cleveland Indians uniform, going to the park, Jacobs Field. I still refer to it as Jacobs Field every day. And then to be honored in that way is very touching, and just very, very, it was a fun, proud day, and I was very thankful.
Charles, thank you for being with us. It was an honor. What a beautiful time that we had with you. Let me say it again. 3-time All-Star, 7-time pitched more than 200 innings, 7 times on his career, more than 200 innings, 31 complete games, 14 years, 13 with the Cleveland Indians. It was a special time and an honor to play with you. Me and Omar, we turned so many double plays with this guy pitching because the sinker button, the slider, he was nasty. God bless you, all the best, and let me finish with my combination. Omar Vizquel Gavi here.
Yeah, thank you, Charles. Thank you for your time. And when we come back with you guys, we'll talk about some more Cleveland Guardians headlines. Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, before we get into some more Cleveland Guardians headlines, the Carlos Baerga Show is proudly sponsored by Infinity of Beechwood and Infinity of Akron. From the moment you walk into these beautiful dealerships, you'll experience luxury, care, and innovation that define the Infinity brand. Infinity of Beechwood and Infinity of Akron can help you discover the perfect new Infinity to match your lifestyle. So stop into one of their locations to experience the Infinity difference or visit them online at infinityofbeechwood.com and infinityofakron.com.
Now, Gab, you've seen my car. I think I need to go to Infinity. What do you think?
Yes.
Well, I don't want to,
Oh, you could be honest
like
with
that.
you. I told you it's a pile.
I don't want to come at you like that, but hey, if that's something that you're thinking of doing,
Yeah,
a
I might
little
have
upgrade
to.
in your life, that could be
I think
fun.
we
and
deserve-
would
I think I
support that
deserve it.
decision. I would support that decision for you guys. But what we should be talking about also, the Cleveland Guardians bullpen?
I think our bullpen
bullpen.
are doing a great job. I know that, they at the beginning of the season, our starter through the last 4 games, our pitching was going 5 innings, 6 innings. But the last 4 games before Bybee yesterday, we was going in 2. Williams went 2.
He had 50 pitches in the second inning.
Yeah. Logan, I think was 4 or something like that. So they don't get where we need it. But our bullpen is being unbelievable. They've been K. Smith, Hunter Gaddis. Even let's talk about it. What our manager did a great job with Clase. Clase, you was there. You was in Pittsburgh. And Clase pitched all 3 games, and the last game, he got 30 pitches. So he got kind of tired a little bit. But I think the biggest thing that he have was he gets his confidence back, and I think it helped him a lot. Thanks to God that we got Gaddis. We got Gaddis, and we got K. Smith. These 2 guys, they're being unbelievable. Herring, too, he's doing a great job. So our bullpen, I had to go like this. Just 2 runs in 25 innings.
Incredible.
That's incredible right there. And 2 days ago, Harry had to pitch because our bullpen was used so much. We even call a lot of guys because we got a couple guys hurt. We got
Paul Sewald.
Paul Sewald is hurt, the shoulder. And then we have another guy, that Junis, got a line drive his knee. Wow. Hey, man. I never want that to anybody. Positive J, when you used to play, did you got hit by a pitch or anything like that?
I've never been hit by a pitch, but I've hit quite a few pitchers, and I absolutely feel terrible.
Wow.
And I'm ruthless, and I still run to first base. I haven't checked on one yet.
I've been hit by a pitch, and it split my finger open. I got stitches. But I didn't run at the pitcher or anything. I just kind of went about my day, and I kept going.
So Gabby, so you played the game?
Yeah, I played softball.
Okay.
I was out there playing.
What base?
I pitched a little bit because no one else could. I think I wasn't.
Did you play college ball?
Yeah, I was just there for the vibes, though.
Oh,
I was just there for the vibes.
God.
I was pitching,
Now
I was playing
I know
outfield,
why you
I was
like
playing infield. I was doing it all.
Now I know why you like sport, because you never say that. That was a secret.
Well, it's not a secret, but I don't know.
Man. We need to know if we have somebody to play the game.
Just know if you need me for like a wiffle ball game or like a
you're on our wiffle ball squad.
I'm not going to embarrass you guys. I can swing a bat.
What Big Play Sport Network, they're going to have a softball tournament. So we need to have, we need you there. You're going to be a pitcher. You ready for that?
Well, I don't know if I can do that.
Did you going to keep the nails that you have?
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. No, they're not going anywhere.
She pitches in fashion.
Yeah, you got to look good, play good. That's what they say.
Yes. But our pitching staff are pitching really good. We got good news. Tristan McKenzie stay with us. He's going to Columbus. He's going to be going to AAA, and I hope he get it back. There's somebody that I want him to be back with us is Tristan McKenzie. I know he's going to go there, work hard, and I know he's going to be back with us. Because
if there's any ball clubs that can turn pitchers around, it's us. Like, look at Cookie Carrasco.
Yes.
They were ready to run him out of town. They sent him to the bullpen at one point, kind of the same thing.
Yes.
He went down a couple times, came back, and he was had an amazing career at the end.
Lively.
So don't always count people out right away.
Lively.
Very lively. When he come here, he was, released by a couple teams and stuff like that. So I believe that we do it. Look at what even though that he have the last game wasn't that good. Allen, he got it back. Look at the way he's pitching. He's pitching really good. We got Bybee, but Bybee's been unbelievable.
Yeah,
See, he got here 24 and 12 or 14 or something like that. That's amazing. That's why we give him that contract. So I forget about it. I was going to ask him that question about the contract, but you know what? It was late. He was the last one. He was the last one in the clubhouse. And I was like, should I ask him? Man, let him go because I played the game.
The thing that you brought up with him that I absolutely loved is how this team, when you start bleeding, the ace is supposed to come in and boom, stop that bleeding, and he did that exactly what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
14-7. Every time that we are in a losing streak, Bybee is the one to get us going, win again and get us going. And thank you, Bybee, because yesterday we need it. I don't want to see no more infielders pitching.
Well, I was about to ask that. I was about to say, what are your guys' thoughts on Austin Hedges taking the mound?
Hedges love it. He loved that.
Yeah.
You see his face. He's pitching, but he's smiling. I think
they
Wilson.
They like it sometimes.
I think Wilson. You know who like it? Kike Hernandez.
Did you see his little hat that he
had on? You see the hat with the helmet now that they have in there, but he love it.
Yeah.
Because every time he go to pitch.
He was serious.
But he tried to pitch like somebody that pitch in the team. Like the other day, Miguel Rojas was doing Yamamoto. The way Yamamoto stepping there. So I think you have to take it like that. But you know what? I don't want to see no more infielders, no catches, no outfielder pitching for us because that means they score against us 9 and 10 runs. No more. Please. Anymore. No more. Yes.
I don't want to see that either. But what I do want to see is the Cleveland Guardians start to beat teams outside of the AL Central a little bit more.
Yes. We need to play better on that. We're playing really good against the teams in our division. We win 3 games against Chicago. But we need to win those, those big games because those teams like the Yankees and we beat the Yankees. I think we win the series. But we need to win Boston. We need to beat Minnesota. We need to take this series. I would like to win 3 games. 3 games out of 4 will be a great homestand for us.
No, they absolutely should take 3 of 4 from the Twins.
Let's see how many you want.
From the Twins, 3 out of 4 for sure.
Well, that's the only option that we have right now is 3 out of 4, and I think that they have the chance to do so.
Yeah.
But do you guys feel like there's concerns for outside of the division, though? Do you think that's a concern? The record 8 and 10.
But you're gonna go through that. You're gonna go through that. During the beginning of the year. Last year we start like that. We start really good, and then we went down a little bit. So I think we just need to be consistently at least our pitching staff. I want the starter to go 5 innings. If we go 5 innings, we're gonna be okay. You see what happened when our starter don't win 5 innings. Our bullpen got used a lot. So I don't want our bullpen to be used like there's most of the team. Right now, the Dodgers, they are winning. They are winning right now, 20 games. But you know what? The bullpen is the pitching staff that have the most inning right now. And I've been saying, what happened to us on the last part of the season in the playoff, our bullpen got kind of tired a little bit. So we want our bullpen to be ready because where are we going, Gabby?
Well, we were going to the World Series. My bags are still packed for that, but we're definitely going to
the playoffs.
We're going to the playoffs.
Oh yeah,
we are going to the playoffs. Now we have an upcoming series against Toronto. A little. Do you consider this a revenge game for Jimenez? I mean, you have Jimenez there. You have Ernie Clement. You have Miles Straw is turning his career back around there too.
He's doing good. He's doing good. You see the play that the guy in Toronto made yesterday?
His back, that was crazy.
God. I thought it was him. I thought it was Miles Straw because that guy he always makes some catches like that. But he wasn't him. It was another guy that he just started playing yesterday. He was hurt. I can't remember. Barcho.
Yes.
Barcho was the guy that was a great play. But you know what? We have to go to Toronto. We have to go there and let them know who we are. I know they have big hitters like Vladimir Guerrero, Ana Anthony Santander. They used to be with us here with Cleveland. But you know what? I love our pitching staff. I love our hitters. And we're going to go there and we're going to take it.
Yeah, we'll have Logan Allen, Gavin Williams, and Tanner Bybee all on the mound in Toronto. I think that's a great group to have out there.
Great group. I think we just need to win series. How many games we going to be in a road trip this time? 6? I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think Toronto, and then they'll go to D.C.
Okay, but let's win 4. 4 or 6 is a good. Jay, what do you think?
Come on, guys, you know me.
No.
It's got to be at least 5 out of 6.
5 out of 6.
Oh my God.
Show those people up north who's the boss.
Oh my God. Let everybody know who we are.
The Nationals
Exactly.
have been
Yes.
scoring runs, though. They've been scoring some runs.
They got one of the best young talent in the game. I've been saying that a long time. They really got good players, young players. They got trade. You know, they on the one sort of trade. They got most of those guys
Yeah,
in
and
there.
they've been doing very well.
And they're doing a great job. So, but you know what? I want to win 4. 4 out of 6. That's a good road trip. Win series. That's what we need in there, and we're gonna have fun. So remember, if you want to listen in Spanish, you can watch it on TV and put SAP Guardians Spanish radio, and Carlos Baerga and Ralph Fernandez Brito are gonna be there for you guys. Don't miss it. Yeah.
Gab, have you been enjoying the home run calls and stuff, that the clips that we get
Oh my
in
God, they're
Spanish?
so good.
They're so
No, it's so
entertaining. I have
good.
no idea what you guys are saying, but I am so hooked to watching them.
Luigi went deep again.
You guys are saying Luigi on
Luigi,
it? Oh my
yeah,
God, that is
Luigi.
so funny. No, that made my night a little bit better because humble brag here, I did bet Kyle Manzardo to hit a home run, and it did happen on the very last pitch of the game. Oh, thanks guys, thanks guys. No,
Great job.
but it
The
happened
good
on
luck
the very last
charm
pitch
works
of the game.
again. She doesn't. You don't stop.
You know, someone's got to hold down the vibes over here, and I guess it's got to be me.
Good job. Good job, Gabby. Good job.
Okay, thanks, guys. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have more Cleveland Guardians headlines, and we'll be back to yap about other teams around the league. Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, before we get into some things around the league, this is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows and Smart Choice Baths. Have you guys been thinking about upgrading your home this spring? Look no further.
I'm going to do it. That's why I bring the bat. Have you been thinking about upgrading your home this spring? Then look no farther than Smart Choice Window and Smart Choice Bat. Smart Choice Window is running a great deal right now. Buy 2 windows, you get 2 free, and it is get better. They are offering 0 financing of 24 months. If you prefer, they also have no down payments option with monthly payments as low as $199. Some restrictions apply. If your bathroom needs an update, the same great thing and a Smart Choice Bath has you covered. They are offering $1,500 of a brand new shower or tap this month. So if you have been putting off that remodel, now is the perfect time to go for it. So if you're ready or quitter, don't quit, please. Don't quit. I never quit playing baseball. Make sure you need to everything window of the bathroom that finally work for you, okay? Make the call right now, 440 Win Downs, or head over to the smartshowwindow.com and smartshowbat.com to schedule your free, no pressure estimate today, okay? Make sure that you go there and get your bat and a window. God bless.
Crushed it. You know what?
I'm going to tell you guys right now, I redid my bathroom. I did it myself.
You did it?
Don't
How'd that
do
go?
that
Oh, we
because you're
did
going to end
that?
up with 5,000 new problems that you had no idea were going to come.
Yes.
It's a pain in the you-know-what. Call the pros like our guys here and
Yes.
just let them do it because you will regret doing it. And then when it's done, you're going to regret that you did it.
A Smart Choice Window, a Smart Choice Bat. Rah.
Yeah. So around the league, guys, what are you liking? What do you like? Which teams are you liking?
Oh, my God.
We're a month in.
Well, I like
Over a
Cleveland.
month
I
in.
like Cleveland.
Well,
I
right,
like
'cause
Cleveland. I like Cleveland. We're there. We're in second place right now. We are 1.5 games behind the Detroit Tigers. They play good baseball. I had to admit it. They have good pitching. They've been losing the last 2 games. So when they play tough team, they are losing right now. They're playing against Houston.
Yeah,
so
they
you
are.
know Houston is the team they always go to the playoff. But I think the worst team right now in the American League that I thought there was going to be on the between of the first or second in the East, Baltimore Orioles.
Very bad.
11 and 19. 11-19. I never thought they were going to be that low in there. But the season just starts. So we need to know. We take it suave with them and stuff like that. We need to talk about the Yankees. They're always good. They're always good. We're watching here. They have, when you have Aaron Judge, you have opportunity.
They just do
Right.
back to back to back
Oh,
again.
Yeah,
my
what they did to
God.
the Baltimore Orioles
The
was
bats. They
despicable.
bring the bats again. The torpedo bats.
They had it.
Huh?
Did you see those home runs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They bring it back. They got 4 homers in 14 pitches. That's a record. 3 again. The first 3 hitters that hit a homer starting the game. Wow. That was special in there. What else? I'm surprised. The Seattle Monitor, that's first place in the West. Second, always the Houston Astros. The third, Texas Rangers. We know that. But Seattle is in front of them. But they have good pitching. But now they have hitters. Polanco is doing a great job.
He's hitting the ball.
Oh, my God. He was the player of the month,
yeah.
in there. So he's doing pretty good. So those things are the ones that I have concern. I have concerns, too, about the Toronto Blue Jays. They haven't been playing good baseball right now. So we need to take advantage of that, win these 2 games against Minnesota, and go to Toronto and try to beat them twice, or maybe take the series in there. So it's going to be special. When you're talking about the National League, wow, the New York Mets.
21 wins.
Oh, my God.
First team to 20.
Team. The best team, the best ERA in Major League Baseball, the best bullpen in Major League Baseball. Francisco Lindor,
future MVP.
I love my boy. That's my boy. That's a Cleveland Guardians boy. He start everything here. He's doing a great job in there with Pete Alonso. Juan Soto gonna be okay.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the craziest part about the Mets so far. The success that they're having, and Juan Soto hasn't even even remotely close
It's
been the player
borderline
that he is
scary
going
that
to
he
be.
hasn't got started yet.
He's going to. Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that he's going to.
Yeah.
But when he does, I think that's going to be a very scary team.
It's going to be very good. A lot of people say Carlos is just the beginning of the season. But you know what? It's been a month. They've been playing good. The pitching's been awesome in there. Chicago Cubs, that's a team we need to watch.
Yep.
That team, they're going to move. After they made that trade with Kyle Tucker, they bring experience. They bring a guy that can take over in there. They need to sign him. Don't let him go, because you trade him for 3 players. They're in the big leagues right now with Houston, so they're doing a great job. What other team? I think the division, the most stronger division, is the West in the National League. You have the Dodgers, San Francisco, and San Diego playing good. You got 4 teams with 15 wins. That's amazing. So I believe, this year it's going to be a tough year. It's hard to say who's going to the World Series. Well, Cleveland is going to the World Series. I don't know who's going to be the one from the National League, but I know we're going to be there, and you're going to be there with us.
Yeah, it doesn't matter which team from the National League is going to be there. As long as we have Jose Ramirez at the plate, I have faith in the Cleveland Guardians. But we're going to take a break, and when we come back to you guys, we're going to talk about some things outside of baseball, some Cavs, some Browns, some draft.
We going to the playoff.
Welcome back to the Carlos Baerga Show with me, Gab Gowdy, Cleveland Indians legend Carlos Baerga, and always positive Jay. Now, outside the Cleveland Guardians, Cleveland has been buzzing, guys. We have the Cavs in the playoffs.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks.
They've been playing that a lot.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland rocks. Wow.
They've been playing that a lot.
I'm blessed to play in this city, and I'm blessed to do the radio. I'm blessed to be ambassador. I'm blessed to work for the Cleveland Guardians, and I'm blessed to watch and go to watch football, basketball, baseball. The Monsters, they're doing good too.
I forgot about the Monsters. They're in the playoffs too. Yeah.
They're in the playoffs?
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody's doing it right now.
Sports world revolves around Cleveland.
Yeah, duh. Everybody knew that one.
I love it. But do you thought the Cavaliers was gonna sweep the Miami like that?
Yeah, they packed the brooms on the plane when they left, and they said, we're not coming back here until it's...
Wow. 138 to 83.
Yeah.
They got taken from there.
Oh, yeah. That was the most lopsided playoff in NBA history by, points between the teams. Yeah.
My favorite thing about all that is how many times you see teams that jump out to those huge leads and then they kind of ease up and just natural human emotions kick in. You're like, oh, we're good. And then the team surge. No, it was like, all right, we're up by 10.
Oh,
okay, now we're up by 20. Okay, now we're 30. Now we're 40. And then I went to the bathroom. I'm like, now we're up by 50. These guys, they were relentless. And I think a lot had to do with Tyler Hero, to be honest with you guys.
Well, he was talking. Do you know Tyler Hero?
Yes, I know him.
He's no hero no more.
Three-pointing guys, I know.
Yeah, he was talking about Darius Garland a little bit. He said there's no way that we're going to get swept, and then...
If you talk, you have to show up and play.
You know how many points he had? You know how many points he had in that game?
0?
3.
I thought it was 4.
Oh, you're right.
I was giving him more credit?
You're right. He had a 3 to start off with, and he only made a free throw after that.
Problem. That's what I'm going to say. He have a problem.
Yeah, but the Cavs are moving on. You know who's next? The Indiana Pacers.
Indiana Pacers, you better be ready. We are waiting for you. I know they play the way they beat the Milwaukee.
Did you see the end of that game?
Wow, I can't believe it. I thought I was watching it with Rafa. I was watching it. I say, Rafa, what's going on here?
What do you think about the guy's dad coming out yelling at Giannis?
Tyrese Halliburton's dad? Yeah, I thought that was crazy.
Way.
You didn't see that?
No.
You know Tyrese Halliburton?
Yes, yeah.
He made that game winner. His dad walked out on the court after the game and was like waving a towel in Giannis's face, and Giannis is just like standing there looking at him.
Dad?
Yeah, that was the guy's dad.
Oh my God! That's why something happened after the game. Wow, you have to be careful, man. This game is going so crazy right now. Look at what happened to Durant.
Oh, yeah, that was so bad.
Please, fan, don't do
So
that.
bad.
Please, don't do that. Don't be yelling to the players. You know, let's have fun.
Yeah.
You know,
I commend the Guardians fans for calling out that guy and pointing him out.
And the Guardians sent a letter, you know, to Major League Baseball, to the fans. You know, we want to apologize to the Boston Red Sox. So, you know what? I want the fans to come to a ballpark and enjoy it. We are not like that. What they did, that's something wrong.
I heckle batters and players at other teams. I do it all the time. I enjoy it, but I have fun. I say things that I almost want the other team to start laughing. And it's you're trying to have fun. Treat it like Little League. You know what I'm saying? You don't say things that he said. We're not even gonna repeat what he said.
Well, tell me about the Browns.
You
the
called
guys
it.
that we say,
You called it, Carlos.
Travis Hunter.
Well, Travis Hunter went to Jacksonville. We traded that pick, but you said Shador Sanders. You said
yes. I went like this. You remember?
And now he's a Cleveland Brown.
Wow, it's gonna be special. I hope that he go to the game. We need to buy him.
He needs to throw out a first pitch.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a call.
Yeah, make a call. I want Shador Sanders. I think that would be entertaining, and I think that people would like that. That would draw a crowd.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna let them know so he can go tomorrow. 1 o'clock game. So you know
he has time. He's here. Yeah, he can do it. He'll probably be at the Cavs game too. So might as well get him out there.
What are they gonna do? Is gonna be more trades, or we gonna keep the 4 that we have?
They're not gonna keep all of them. There's no way that they keep all of those quarterbacks.
Yes.
Some will go. I don't know what they will do. I don't want to sit here and say it because I don't want Browns fans to yell at me and say that I'm going to be wrong. But they do have Joe Flacco. They have Kenny Pickett. They have
one of the veterans. I think is going to get traded.
I think it's probably going to be Kenny Pickett, but I don't want to make.
I hope it's Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. Well.
But there's 4 quarterbacks fighting for a starting spot, and that's going to be entertaining to watch.
Well, guys, before we go, what's your Cavs prediction in this next round?
Cavs in 6.
Carlos?
I go Cavs in 6.
I'm going to go Cavs in 6. I'm not going to discredit what the Pacers are doing. They put up a lot of points, and if we're not keeping up with what they're doing, that might be an issue. So
they're a good team.
I'm going Cavs in 5.
Cavs in 5. You know what? Good. Someone needs to be the most positive here, and it's always going to be you.
Yeah.
Always.
So that's what we're going to do. Okay, guys, I think we're going to wrap this up here. Carlos, you got anything else for us?
Nothing. I want to see the fans at the ballpark. We got 2 more games. We play tonight at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Come to the ballpark, enjoy, and remember, May, just pay $59, something like that?
Yeah, it's $54 for a ballpark pass. You get every single game. It's standing room. I have one. It's great. I went to 70-plus baseball games with it last year.
Yes.
I think that you guys should get it. It's like the steal of the century.
And don't forget, August 29th, you're going to have the anniversary for the Cleveland Indians 1995. Everybody going to be here. You have to show up because it's going to be a special moment for the fans. They're putting it up. You know, all the videos of what happened in that day, all the comebacks, all the pitching, all the homers from Albert, from Kenny, from the Sorrento, Jim Tomey, Eddie Murray. Oh, my God, it's going to be special, and you cannot miss it.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.